exploring multidimensional body of being human. Light.
What does it mean to be a multidimensional human being? Are we merely physical bodies wandering through space? Or is there more to our existence than meets the eye? The exploration of these questions uncovers the fascinating complexity of our human personality, a multidimensional entity shaped by a myriad of factors. Dive into the depths of personality psychology, and one encounters a spectrum of dimensions that constitute the human personality. These dimensions, often considered as traits, are characteristics that define our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. The most widely accepted model, the five-factor model, encapsulates 5 broad dimensions: openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. Openness, the first dimension, touches upon our willingness to experience new things, to be imaginative, and to appreciate different forms of art and beauty. It's the creative spark, the curiosity that drives us to think outside the box. Conscientiousness, on the other hand, is the force that keeps us grounded. It's the discipline that drives us to fulfill our duties and obligations, to be organized and methodical. It's the dimension that keeps our lives in order, ensuring we don't stray too far from the path. Extroversion, the third dimension, is the energy that fuels our social interactions. It's the desire to be around others, to be the life of the party, to thrive in social situations. It's the dimension that keeps us connected, forging bonds and relationships. Agreeableness, the fourth dimension, is the compassion that makes us human. It's the empathy that allows us to understand others, to be kind and considerate. It's the dimension that keeps us united, fostering harmony and cooperation. Lastly, neuroticism is the dimension that reflects our emotional stability. It's our response to stress, our tendency to experience negative emotions like anxiety, anger, or depression. It's the dimension that tests our resilience, challenging us to find balance. These dimensions do not exist in isolation, but are intricately intertwined. The interaction between these dimensions shapes our unique personality, influencing how we perceive the world and how we interact with it. For instance, a person with high openness and low conscientiousness might be a creative dreamer, always brimming with ideas but struggling to bring them to fruition. Moreover, our personality dimensions are not fixed, but can evolve over time. Life experiences, personal growth, and maturity can lead to shifts in our personality dimensions. The ever-changing nature of these dimensions adds another layer of complexity to our multidimensional personality. In summary, being a multidimensional human means possessing a unique blend of personality dimensions that shape our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. The five-factor model, comprising openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism, provides a comprehensive framework for understanding these dimensions. Their interaction creates our unique personality, and their evolution over time reflects our personal growth. So the next time you ponder about what it means to be human, remember that you are not just a physical entity. You are a fascinating tapestry of personality dimensions, ever-evolving, ever-changing, making you the unique, multidimensional human being you are.
Feeling tangled up? Let's unravel the mystery of energy cords together. Welcome to episode 4 of Light Body Awareness 101. I'm Marcus Crystallite, and today we're diving into the fascinating world of energy cords. Imagine this. Every interaction, every relationship, every moment of intense emotion creates invisible threads that connect us to people, places, and past experiences. These are energy cords. Now, why should you care? Because these cords can affect how you feel, think, and function every single day. But here's the good news. You have the power to manage these cords. Today, we'll explore not only what these cords are, but how they're formed and their function in our multidimensional being. We'll use simple analogies so it's super easy to grasp. Imagine your energy is like water flowing through a garden hose. Now, what happens when there's a knot in the hose? The flow is disrupted, right? Energy cords can do the same to your energy flow, but wait, there's more. I'll also guide you through techniques to clear and cut these energy cords. It's like giving your energetic body a fresh start. And don't worry, you won't be just sitting and listening. Grab your journals and favorite snacks because after our session, we're opening the floor for a live Q&A. Throw your questions my way, and let's make this interactive. Mark your calendars, June 4 the 2, 22 p.m. EST. We'll be live on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Can't wait to see you there, and let's bring some light into those hidden connections.
Thank you. Now watch this drive.
This is Egyptian musk, pure oil. Let me take this call real quick. It's my father's hospital. Hello? Yeah, I'm in the middle of a live right now, but I can listen for a moment. I'll just call back. Yeah, I'll just call back. I would probably say, how long is it gonna take? Like, I have a lot of stuff going on. Alright, like 3:45. Alright, thank you. Alright. I'm gonna get a sound check real quick. Can everybody in the live comments hear me? Just let me know in the live comments. Sounds good. Sounds great. Okay. Love a little Egyptian musk. Hydration check for everybody. Drink that clean water throughout the day. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in to all the queens. Got nothing but queens in the house right now. God is, Casey, Sandra, Rebecca Knight. Good to see you, Rebecca. I haven't seen you in, wow, maybe a year and a half at least. Good to see you in the space, sister. And yeah, much love to all of you being here. Wholeness and balanced love. Here in just a moment, we'll begin as we will be exploring the next part or the next episode of this Light Body Awareness 101 educational series. And just to recap with all of you, going back to the first episode. First episode, we were talking about the different aspects as well as the functioning and the layout of what the light body or the energy body is in relation to our multidimensional human being. Now, there's many different layers and bodies to the human being that we have, and we have these many layers called the physical body, then there's the astral body, there is the light or energy body, and then there's also the mental body, emotional body, and beyond. So in the first episode, I touch on what the light body is, or what the energy body is in relation to our multidimensional layers of our human being. And with that being said, I also briefly talk about the topics that I'll be touching on throughout this series. And those topics being chakras, energy cords, grounding, ascension, as well as how to also cleanse and purify your energy body. So after the first episode, we began traveling into our first topic of the series, which is the chakras. The chakras is a two-part series that you guys can watch right now on the YouTube channel Sacred Light Healing and Wellness. And I'll actually go ahead and pull it up for you guys, just so you can see where to find this information and how to tap in to the other episodes of this series. And then you can get a kind of more clear idea of what it is that I'm describing even more in depth with the light body and energy body. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it up here for you guys, just so you can get a good idea of where to go to on my YouTube channel to access these other episodes. So if you look here, I have the YouTube channel up, and the YouTube channel is Sacred Light Healing and Wellness. And then you're just going to scroll down a little bit and then hit playlist. And as you scroll down playlist, you're going to see over here Light Body Awareness 101. And then just click View Full Playlist or Play All. And then as you can see here, I have everything in order from the beginning until the latest episode of the Light Body Awareness 101 series. So where we left off was at All About Chakras Part 2. And now in this episode, we are going to be traveling into the aspect and the concepts of the energy cords. And I just want to also say thank you to each and every one of you that have supported me along this journey. Thank you to all my YouTube subscribers. Thank you to all of you on my IG family and Facebook, even though my Facebook family can't tap in right now since Facebook wanted to disable my live videos and calling due to a little bit of what they want to call, I guess, domestic terrorism behavior. But, I'm not surprised, as, this kind of journey and this type of pathway here of, shedding universal balance and truth and things that are going to give us the awareness and the activations of self-empowerment within, comes resistance. Resistance is going to come with it, especially when we're in a third dimensional realm, and it's part of the duality and contrast that we're in. So I find it nothing more than divine when I meet resistance or I see conflicting energies with what it is that I am doing and putting forth. And I'm just grateful. I'm really grateful that I have this opportunity to even be here, be who I am, and be a vessel for this type of information and light to be into this realm. So again, hydration check for everybody out there. Make sure you're drinking clean water, especially during these type of times when you're exuding mental energy as well as processing information. It does use up your fire. It does use up your vital energy when you're using your mental energy as well as processing information. So that being said, as we're about to begin, please feel free to send out some requests to join the live to your friends and your family and a community that you believe would benefit very greatly from this free passed on knowledge of the universe to help us remember how we can be in more of a harmonic and healthy relationship with the multidimensional layers of our human being. And along with that, being able to tap into different tools, strategies, and other ways of maintaining a balance and a healthy life on the daily. So we have up to an hour. So that's how long this could be going up to. It could be going up to an hour. And I just wanted to let you all know that. And welcome in to all of you that are new to my spaces. I guess I'll introduce myself real quick. And for all of you that are just tapping in for the first time to any of my Sacred Light spaces, my name is Marcus, and I also go by Crystal Light. And Crystal Light is just a spiritual name that came to me intuitively as a kind of higher self reminder. And with that being said, it's just the name of Crystal Light, to embody and to continue to look towards and become more of that Christ light within. And with that being said, that is why I do what I do here with Sacred Light Healing and Wellness, which is provide these sacred spaces to be able to bridge communities, bridge the higher dimensions with the lower dimensions, to be able to bridge the shadows with the light, be able to bridge the unconscious and the conscious, and so on. I do it through podcasts, shows that I fully edit and produce myself, as well as guided meditations that you can find on the YouTube channel. And I also provide about 9 to 10 different holistic healing energy services, from Reiki, oracle readings, light language, shadow work integration, inner child healing, soul origin, Akashic records, meditations, and so much more. And if you guys ever want to check it out, you can look at my highlights, or you can look pinned at the top of my page on Instagram, or you can also check me out when it comes to my scheduling app, which is sacredlight33.as.me, and you can go ahead and scroll through there, look through every single service I have to offer, full in-depth detail, and you can also automatically go ahead and book through that scheduling app as well. And it's also down below in the ticker. If you guys just look at the ticker, sacredlight33.as.me. And then of course, I accept donations as well for giving my time and energy for what it is that I do for us. And the Cash App and PayPal is down below in that ticker as well. Thank you to all of you guys for being here, and go ahead and get yourself comfortable. Maybe burn some sage, grab your crystals, get some tea, whatever it is you like. And we're going to get this baby rolling. Your soul family loves you. Ah, thank you. I greatly appreciate that. I feel the love daily. I love each and every one of you. All right. So I'm not going to be going back in time to the beginning here and, full blown draw out and explain to you guys the different layers and the different bodies of the human being. But what I will do is I will go ahead and draw out the physical body and then the energy body, and then I will explain a little bit about the physical body and the energy body and what the energy body's relation is to the physical body and into our human life. And then I'm going to slide on into how the energy cords are created as well as dissolved and things like that. So I'll be also giving you guys techniques and practices that you guys can utilize in your everyday life for cord clearing as well as cord cutting, and also how to consciously be able to bring more focus and concentration to what it is that you're creating energy cords with. So as we begin here, I'm going to go ahead and draw out for you a physical body. Now we're going to be doing stick figures because your boy Crystallite is not the best drawer now. I know it's a little bright. Just let me know if you guys can see that well. So we have a physical body here. And the physical body, when it comes to the layers and the multidimensionality of the human being. And you know what, actually? This is the beauty of technology. The beauty of technology is that I can just go ahead and pull up. I can pull up this image here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys here an image of the aura and the layers of the human being when it comes to our bodies. Just to give you a really quick reference. And just bear with me as we create this on the fly. So if you look here at this energy field or this aura of the multidimensional human being. So oftentimes we can kind of think that our human being is just our physical body. And along with that, sometimes we can also think that being inside of ourselves or being within means only being within the physical body. So here's the thing. If we identify with our physical body as who we are or who the human is, then we're actually placing ourselves into one of the lowest vibrational perspectives and limitation mindsets of who we truly are. So our whole entire human being is actually the whole entire aura field, which includes all of these layers and all of these bodies. And that all the layers and all the bodies as a whole make up your human being. So your human being is not just the physical body. It is also the physical body, the energy body, the mental body, the emotional, the astral, and beyond. All of those bodies together make up your human being. So when you look at the physical body is the most dense or the most lowest vibrational form or body of the human, which also means it's at the most slowest rate of speed and vibration and frequency. And with that being said as well, it is also the most slowest or most dense layer to be able to manifest and to integrate and release information and energy. So now the next body or the next layer out from your physical body is the energy body or the light body. And this is where we've been doing our studies. This is where we've been doing these teachings and these episodes, is on this next second layer body, if you want to call it that, the energy light body. Now, the energy light body is this metaphysical, subtle body of energy that traces around your physical body, but also goes through your physical body because it's etheric and it is more of pure light vibration, less dense. So with that being said, since it's also less dense and it's more expanded with energy and light, it is able to move more quickly, more efficiently, and more quantumly, so to say. So this energy light body also is basically a bridge or a middle ground for your emotional body, your mental body, and some of your other higher bodies to be able to be bridged, bind, or brought into your physical holographic avatar or reality. So without the light body, without the energy body for the human being, we're not able to have that roadmap, that bridge, that matrix blueprint system that is able to draw in different dimensions of light and characteristics to be expressed and experienced through our physical holographic avatar here on this earth. If you have any questions at all, feel free to drop them in the comments and I will gladly answer your questions to the best of my ability. And feel free to journal or feel free to, put down any comments or anything that you have to reflect upon regarding what I speak on today. So within the energy body and light body, this is also where the chakras reside, as well as the meridian centers. Each chakra holds different information, different dimensions and characteristics of light being fragmented and projected through your holographic material avatar. So this is why if you go back to the previous episodes all about chakras, I educate you and teach you on what it is that each chakra brings to our physical reality or our human reality, as well as how to maintain and balance them. So real quick, that was just a brief summary and recap of the layers of the human body, as well as what the relation is with the energy body to the physical body. Okay, so now that we've gone over that, I'm now going to draw on here to add to the human physical body. I'm going to go ahead and draw out the energy body. So that right there is going to be your energy body around and through your physical body. Now I'm going to go ahead and draw the 7 chakras as well. So now I want to go ahead and pull up another image for you real quick. And this image is the human electromagnetic field. And the human electromagnetic field circulates through the center column, or through where you find the chakras of our human being. Now the key is, when we have our chakras balanced and they're flowing correctly, then we are able to have this constant, seamless, and fluid flow of conscious energy or light being able to flow through our being. And as it flows through our being, it's able to naturally attract, magnetize, as well as release and clear anything that is causing imbalances or disease throughout the being. So one key, kind of like a little hidden secret to our health and well-being, is it really starts here. It starts here with this magnetic field. If it's circulating and flowing through us properly. Now this is constantly in motion. This is never at rest. This is never stops. This is constantly flowing through us. And as it's constantly flowing through us, if we have blockages within our chakras, then that constant flow is then going to get met with resistance. And with that resistance is how we can create illnesses, disease, and other imbalances within our system. Now, we're going to go ahead now talk about energy cords. So, if our toroidal field is constantly circulating and needing to stay in what we call a wholeness state, and when we say a wholeness state, it means that it's circulating properly, it's full, it doesn't have holes in it, it doesn't have leaks in it, and it's able to really continue its circulation. So that's one of the keys and goals to our health, to our manifestations, to our attraction and magnetism, is to keep our energy field circulating properly. So now, energy cords. How are energy cords created, you may think, or you may ask? Well, energy cords begin with your focal point or your focus and concentration of energy, of consciousness, where you focus your energy mentally through your mind, is where you start to draw out from your energy field, from this toroidal field. You start to draw out energy from this rotation, and then through that drawing out from your energy field, it then creates an energetic, metaphysical, or etheric energy cord. And then this concentrated energy cord of focused energy then attaches and magnetizes to the space, the energy, the form, whatever it may be that you are focusing your energy on, creating an attachment. Attachments are not good or bad. Attachments are about frequency. It is about where you're giving and what is being received. This requires intuitive, self-conscious awareness, accountability of your own self. So there's many texts, many ancient civilizations that explain this and explain it in many different ways and different concepts. But if you study the Egyptian Book of the Dead or the book Coming Forth by Day, they do describe and talk about what it is that I just said to you guys with creating focal points of energy through our mental focus. And that is how we manifest more of something, and it is also how we attract more of something into our life. So that's why you also hear the cliche, if you do not want more of something in your life, or you do not want to experience more of something, then take your attention away from it. Stop focusing on it. That cliche doesn't just come from nowhere. It's not just a random coincidence that we say that type of thing in our subconscious. That is because where we give our attention, where we give our focus, that is where we create attachments through energetic cords due to our mental focus. So with that being said, I'm going to give us some examples here of what can happen or what it looks like when we are giving our focus of energy to different ways of attachment. So say we have an energy cord and attachment to drugs and alcohol. Next, say we have an attachment to our loved ones or other people. And then next, say we have an attachment to what should we go with on this one? I'm kind of like really debating between sexual energy or money. And you know what, let's go ahead and say money. The third attachment is going to be to money. Now keep in mind, these are just 3 simple attachments that we can develop throughout life. And there are many, many, many infinite attachments that we can create to many different forms, to different degrees. But here in this case, so going back to what I was saying, we're trying to keep our toroidal field, our energy field, circulating properly and fully. So then it's in a perfect balance, in a constant supply of giving and receiving, cleansing and building, so on and so forth, attracting and manifesting. Now, if we create these cords, what happens is these cords now kind of open up what was a kind of closed, circulating form. And as this form, or your energy field, now begins to open up due to these cords of focal energy that we have mentally been focusing our energy with, it then now shifts. It shifts out. It shifts outwards. Your authentic, vital life force energy for your being within your energy field. It now begins to shifted outwards instead of only circulating around you. It begins to now circulate, but then when it hits where that cord is, that energy starts to siphon out and be given out through that energetic cord. And then through that energetic cord, your vital life force energy now begins to channel over and into where that attachment or cord is connected to on the other side. With that being said, as we begin to give away our authentic, vital human energy in our daily life, we kind of want to have the aim of receiving energy that's going to be replenishing for what it is that we are giving, or giving the energy to something that is able to at least grow and be nurtured from the energy that you are giving. So if we have an attachment or an addiction, and we have this attachment or addiction to very low vibrational substances, such as pharmaceuticals, alcohol, other very hard drugs, then not only are we giving our authentic, concentrated, vital life force energy to these substances, but then we are also receiving back through that energetic cord the authentic energy of what it is those substances are. So as you give your authentic vital life force, or your life force creative energy to these substances, the substances then give back to you energetically the vibration it resonates at. So this is why when you consume alcohol, you get brought down into what could be like demonic vibrations or lower vibrational mindsets. You start feeling a little bit more possessed. You start feeling a little bit more not yourself, out of control. It's because you get brought down into its realm, its lower vibration, when we consume and draw in that attachment through these type of substances. So with that being said, when you're receiving that and then giving your authentic life force, in place of giving your life force, you're receiving those lower vibrational frequencies into your being. These lower vibrational frequencies can start to distort your energetic field. It can start to damage and cause other blockages and tears within this energy field, this toroidal field, that we're trying to very delicately keep in a wholeness state of constant circulation. It's the key to our well-being and our health, every single one of us as a human being. And there is no way around that. There's no way around our energy field and what our energy field is. So now we're going to go ahead and move down, and we're going to go ahead and move to our second example. And our second example is having a dependency or attachment to loved ones or to other people. With that being said, you could feel like you need to seek validation, that you always need to prove something, that you need somebody else to tell you who to love, how to love, if this is okay for you, if that isn't okay for you, if you are worthy of this, if you are allowed to do something very healthy for yourself, and you just keep on depending on and giving away your power and needing to seek validation from your loved ones or others, just to do everyday life things, just to do healthy, happy, and uplifting things. This creates the dynamic of what we call codependency and narcissism. You want to know the root, the stem behind these psychology practices, these mainstream teachings that people are making money off of, that people are trying to educate you as if they are new? It's not new. None of it's new. This is all ancient knowledge, and it's just being described in different ways, and some are just doing it in ways that they can make capitalistic money off of. So codependency and narcissism begins when we start to create an imbalance or out of balance scale of frequencies and energy. How does codependency begin? It begins when we begin to give more of our energy to another being or person that is giving way less in exchange. There's no good or bad to this. There is no right or wrong to it. It's just mechanics and understanding how energy operates. Nobody's ever just a narcissist. Nobody's ever just a codependent person. These are all fluctuating energetic concepts that manifest into material experiences. Now, when we get caught up on these labels, we can really get kind of caught on things. So, if we're just constantly giving that type of energy, there's different realities that can happen when it comes to what we receive back. You know, if that person is very loving and very grounded and centered, then, you know, they give back to us loving reminders and compassion to be able to give us back to balance when it comes to our attachment. But if we are with somebody that isn't as aware of how to operate with that and is a little bit more on their own self-minded side, then that's where we can see some narcissistic tendencies get brought back in through that cord to your energy field. Along with that, this can also create a continuous chase or a seeking of our energy, which then creates this energy flow where we're constantly giving out our energy, becoming drained and tired. And then while we're becoming drained and tired because we're seeking and chasing, then we are just exhausted mentally, emotionally, physically. Now, I'm gonna go to our third example. And the third example is money. So say we have an extreme attachment to money. And now, I'm gonna speak on this real quick. Money is important. I'm not up here to be like, oh yeah, you know, money's not spiritual. You're not spiritual if you like money. I'm not here to do that. What I'm here to tell you is that there's a balance to all this. There's a balance to attachments. But if we are out of balance and we are continuously seeking money, if we are basically creating our worth, our confidence, our validation off of money, then that's where we start giving away our authentic power that we generate ourselves as a human being. And this is why currency also sounds like current. Your currency is magnetized and circulates through your toroidal field, your electromagnetic system, and that is why your current equals your currency. Now, if you're continuously seeking and becoming dependent upon money for your worth and everything else, then what happens is, again, you create that chase of energy. You create that continuous seek, that continuous giving of your authentic energy. And as you continuously give that, what type of energy or frequency do you think something like a material item is going to be able to give you back consciously through that energy cord? Well, a material item. It's basically going to be at the lowest vibration or pretty close of consciousness. It's going to have consciousness, but it's going to barely have any consciousness to it. Like it's going to be a one-dimensional or a two-dimensional conscious energy. So if you're basically giving your worth, if you are basically continuously seeking and giving your power to something that is a one-dimensional or two-dimensional being, or a 1 to 2 dimensional form of energy, then you're basically worshiping or praising and giving your power to then receive back a one-dimensional or two-dimensional energy as something to replenish you, to bring balance, to uplift you with what it is that you're giving from your vitality. So keep that in mind. That's why, they say in biblical texts and other sacred texts to not worship material, or to not take material as everything. Because material is a 1 to 2 dimensional consciousness or form of energy. And if you're giving your power away, which is in this physical third dimensional, but then we're also multidimensional because we have other higher dimensions that we're able to channel through our being. Just keep in mind what it is that you're giving your authentic life force to, and what it is that you're going to be receiving in exchange. What type of dimensional energy is that being, or is that form that you're connecting with and attaching to, able to vibrate at and give back to you? So along with this, when you're constantly giving this energy to the money, you start to find yourself falling into these tendencies of turning into the vibration of that money. And that's when you become even more ignorant into the darkness. You start double-crossing people for money, basically choose money over humility. Start disrespecting others just to make more money. And then you start basically making your whole entire center of your life about the money that you have in your bank account. You know, you're uplifted when you have a lot of money. You feel like shit when you don't have money. It's all being based on this 1 to 2 dimensional energy. So those are just 3 examples of how energy cords naturally form, and some examples of what it looks like when we're giving through these energy cords and receiving through these energy cords. So for everybody on the IG side, on Instagram, there's about 5 minutes, and then IG is going to stop this live, and then I will start up a part 2 directly after, just so you know. And the YouTube side will still be live and still rolling. Instagram just cuts off at an hour with what it is that I do here, and then I will start a new one up right now as this ends here in a couple minutes. So I just want to let you guys know the Instagram will cut off here in a few minutes, but I will be starting a part 2 directly after. And as we step into part 2, we'll be talking about cutting cords and clearing cords, and what the residue and what the process can look like along the way. So that's part 1, which is getting into the basics and the fundamentals of how energy cords are developed, how they function, and what it looks like when it comes to the giving and receiving aspect of our energy cords. Thank you all that are tapped in as well. Right. We're going raw, truth, straightforward with the bare knowledge today. Oh, I love that. So, I guess, this is a good time to go ahead and take a break if you would like. Go ahead and grab some more water or use the restroom. Burn a little sage, maybe, whatever it may be for you. We will take just like a couple minute break, and then we'll be back on for part 2. And when I say couple minute, it'll literally just be a few minutes. It's not going to be that long at all. Because coming up tomorrow,
from nothing, just like magicians, gotta relearn everything. Just to remember that I was forgetting, just to remember that we had a vision. Did it all, don't know how I did it. Time to go start season to go, and you know those crystal true. Let them know we in here, yeah, we in the building. Start season to go, and you know those crystal children. Back up in the matrix, yeah, we on the vision. Start season to go, and you know those crystal true. Let them know we in here, yeah, we in the building. Start season to go, and you know those crystal children. Back up in the matrix, yeah, we on the vision. Off on the mission, you know how it goes. Off in the system, they turn up their nose. They took all the soil, but they didn't know. Through the concrete, you see the ropes. Eyes ain't open, don't mean I ain't woke. Ain't got no cash, don't mean that I'm broke.
Enthusiasts swear by chakra balancing. It's all about realigning your inner energy. Join Marcus Crystolite for an enriching solar plexus chakra empowerment flow shop. This June 9th at precisely 1 11 p.m. EST, dive deep into the world of chakra healing, right from the comfort of your home. What's the solar plexus chakra, you ask? It's your energy center located around your stomach area, crucial for confidence and personal power. Are you feeling blocked or unbalanced? Marcus will guide you through identifying these blocks and teach you how to achieve harmony using crystals, specific foods, and even the power of journaling. Plus, you'll experience a spiritually uplifting guided meditation. Whether you're a seasoned wellness enthusiast or just starting your journey, this donation-based sacred space on Zoom is your gateway to transformation. Sign up today at sacredlight33.as.me and feel free to DM us with any questions. Empower your core, balance your life. See you there.
That's right, everybody. So coming up
Like some
tomorrow,
wizards.
live on Instagram, as well as live on the YouTube channel, just like I am right now today. I will be live for episode 2 of Ascended Beyond Limitations, which is a raw material Law of One book study and conscious reflection space with a holistic approach, with myself, Marcus Crystolite, and my co-host, Sandy M., Sandra Marshall, also known as Soul Awakening with Sandra. And that will be tomorrow live, June 5th at 10 a.m. PST Pacific Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And that will be live on Instagram, Sacred Light 33, Soul Awakening with Sandra, as well as YouTube, Sacred Light Healing and Wellness. We'll be diving into our second episode of the raw material. You guys can tap in and check out episode 1 on the YouTube channel, Sacred Light Healing and Wellness. And feel free to leave your feedback, any comments, or any knowledge that you have surrounding the topics. And then coming up on Sunday,
swear by chakra balancing. It's all about realigning your inner energy. Join Marcus Christ.
Coming up on Sunday, we have a solar plexus chakra empowerment donation-based Zoom workshop. And if you want to sign up and be a part of that space coming up on Sunday at 1:11 p.m. Eastern, you just go to sacredlight33.as.me and book your space there, and it is free donation based. I'll give you guys a moment to get back into the space. We'll grab some water. My water's right here, actually. Got shungite water. If you guys are familiar with shungite water, shungite water is a very effective, efficient way of having your own at-home water system that takes care of fluoride, heavy metals, chlorine, and anything else that you could think of within your water. I mean, it's so simplistic and so effective, not to mention the amount of medical benefits and health boosting that it brings to you. I mean, shungite is an amazing stone, and it is almost a miracle what it can do for us on this planet. And it's also an EMF protector. It helps with radiation therapy, and it helps protect your energy field from electromagnetism. Yeah, it's phenomenal. Highly recommend looking into it. Shungite or shungite water. If you guys ever have questions about it or you would like some info, I can always send it out to you and give you the information that you need regarding shungite and how to create it at home. You know, you save money on really like going to the store to buy water. You know where the water is being sourced. It also creates it into a structured living water. And then you're also not buying plastic anymore. And you're also contributing to the ecosystem and bringing healthy, beautiful energy into your home. Alrighty. So we're going to go ahead and finish out our session here of Light Body Awareness 101, Energy Chords. Okay. So as we talked about in the last, where we left off, we went over some examples and we also went over the structuring and the mechanics behind our energy cords and how energy cords are developed and how they function in our energy body of our human being. So as we talked about, we went through what it looks like with the recycling process of what it looks like when we create cords and then we start giving our energy or siphoning our energy through those cords to whatever form or being it is that we are putting our mental focal of energy to and creating that attachment. So now I'm going to go ahead and touch on energy clearing, or I should say cord clearing and cord cutting, and what that could look like from a metaphysical standpoint. So I'm sure some of us have heard of cord cutting or cord clearing before. It's a pretty popular terminology when it comes to spiritual practices. And I'm sure many of us have also heard of Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael is one of the most known and lead guides to be able to connect with the energy or the archetype of clearing out cords that bring us back to balance and also bring justice on a cosmic level. And justice on a cosmic level is just bringing anything back to a balanced state, to a whole form. That is justice. Justice is anything that is going to energetically bring back balance. A lot of times, you know, as human beings, we have these distorted versions of what we think justice is or justice looks like. But on a cosmic scale, justice is anything that's going to bring back balance. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome back. We're going to be talking about, as we finish up this live, we're going to be talking about energy clearing, or I did it again. Cord clearing and cord cutting. Alrighty. So I will draw out to you guys what it can look like here when we cut our cords. And we've got to remember that when we're speaking on this, now and in the future, we're talking about the metaphysical level, or the energetic realm, not the physical. So while we're cutting these cords, we're cutting these energetic cords. I'm just going to go ahead and draw this right here, actually. So when we cut these cords, say we cut it, put a big old line through it. When we cut these cords, what happens now is these cords are no longer attached to us. So then those cords just fall away, and the energy that was coming through us through the cords and the energy that we were giving through the cords is no longer continuing the cycle or the pattern. So now, this is where things get a little interesting. It's not just a one-stop shop where, all right, I cut the cords, now I'm fully back to being fully in my healed state, and I'm fully back in my wholeness, and I'm circulating properly. Now, what can happen is, due to however long, the degree of experiences, and whatever else it is that you either brought on or took on from that cord, or have felt and have continued to feel depleted and drained from giving into that cord, there's going to be some residue left over. There's going to be some effects from the cause. And with that being said, this is where we got to step in with our self-care, our nurturing, our conscious and holistic tools. Because what's happening is, in this living live action of reality, with this living and live energy field that's still in motion, still circulating, and trying to circulate properly, just like we talked about in the beginning, it's going to have what can be manifested as potentially leaks or tears or woundings. And through those woundings, leaks, and tears, it creates gaps within this energy field from circulating properly. And then within those gaps, we can start to naturally, unconsciously draw in and attract parasitic energies, vampiric energies, as well as other low vibrational, acidic, dense frequencies. This is also where entity attachments can start taking place. This is where we can also start getting psychic attacks. And this is where we can also, draw in parasites as well as predators. It's due to having these holes and tears that are able to draw in and allow these lower frequencies and vibrational forms to be able to be resident in a frequency scale of attracting to your energy field. So it does start with you. It starts with your energy field and how intact it is, how fortified your wholeness state of being is circulating and flowing with your human being. So it's not that we can just all of a sudden have all these lower entities, all of these parasitic energies, and all these things just randomly popping up in our life, randomly being attracted into our magnetic field. Nothing is random in this universe, especially if you're a hermetic philosophical student or teacher. You understand that there's a cause to every effect, and every effect has a cause. There are no coincidences or randomness in creation. So with that being said, this can also be where you start doing reflection, or you do journaling, or you sit with a coach or somebody that is able to help spiritually guide you to reflecting on your roots of your cause that led to you allowing these type of leaks or tears within your energy field that even manifested and attracted, quote-unquote narcissistic tendencies into your life, or attracted codependent tendencies into your life, or manifested and attracted entity attachments or psychic attacks, or a relationship that was parasitic to you. So what are some keys? What are some ways that you can refortify and solidify your energy field back into a wholeness vibrational current? Well, there's many different ways that you can do so. And I'm sure a lot of you have been embarking upon and may have been curious or been practicing a lot of these things. And it's yoga, meditation, chakra balancing, inner child healing, forgiveness work, transmutation practices, alchemy, breath work, journaling, even dance, movement, somatic movement, sound healing. All these things can help refortify and solidify and bring healing, restoration to your auric field and the current that is circulating through your being. There's no right or wrong to which way or what practices that you embark upon for that. Just know that you can mix and match, you can explore, and try to at least have fun as well with these different techniques and different ways of bringing back healing and restoration to your being. And that could even be having fun as well, inner child play, listening to music, enjoying shows or movies that you really like as an inner child. Those are kind of things that will help regenerate. The big key out of all of it is regeneration and upliftment vibrationally of your being. You want to find things that are going to help you be able to uplift your vibration, that's able to bring regeneration and rejuvenation to your biological being, and are able to clear out the blockages in the mind or the ungrounded scatteredness in the mind, or the things that we're holding on to in the past when it comes to our emotions. Addressing these things, addressing the patterns that we're experiencing, the struggles that we're experiencing, are big keys in how we can bring back restoration to our current and flow of our electromagnetic field. And as we continue to develop and restore that, those tears, leaks, and other things are going to start to basically regenerate back naturally into a fluid flow and resonance, or I should say harmonic resonance with our natural state of being. So it's kind of almost like taking steps. Don't just do the cord clearing or the cord cutting and that's it. Try to remember that through the process of the cord clearing or cord cutting, you can also complement it with self-nurturing, self-care, and other rejuvenating, uplifting, and healing practices to complement the clearing and cutting of the cord. So then you're not just clearing and cutting that cord and then being left raw and vulnerable with possible leaks and tears within your energy field, but you're actually being soothed, you're being rejuvenated metaphysically and physically while releasing these cords and dropping that energy and baggage from your field. It's really nice to have that pairing, that balance of, putting forth the masculine action of, for example, in this, cutting and clearing the cords, but then also complementing that masculine energy with feminine energy of I am nurturing myself, I am providing self-care and self-love while I'm taking action of clearing these cords from my energy field. And sometimes in these practices we kind of get polarized more into just the masculine energy or just the feminine energy. But balance, balance is key with a lot of things in life. And the more that we can have that balance to support each other, at least for me and the people that I've worked with and shared my spaces with, having that balance, especially within my guided meditations and other spaces and workshops, it's brought a very supportive, more at ease, soothing, and really supportive and balancing flow and energy to the process of those that have gone through really deep releases, as well as really deep clearings within their being through my sessions. So just a reminder of that, of just complementing your action with self-nourishment and nurturing. So Archangel Michael is commonly known for cord clearing, and this is kind of like what we were just speaking on a moment ago when it comes to what justice is and what it means to return back to balance or wholeness. And when you think of Archangel Michael is the leader of the Legion of the Archangels, and he carries the archetype and the energies of the blue flame. And with that, it also represents justice, balance, truth, and some other things as well. So when we're calling in that archetype, Archangel Michael or the blue flame, and we're calling in that energy to work with, and due to what it resonates at and is divinely made and crafted to be for us in this creation as a reflection of the self, that energy works with bringing back justice, balance, and truth to our being. So when you call that in and you're cutting off those attachments and those energetic cords, that blue flame, that blue ray, Archangel Michael, is then bringing the energy and properties to be able to bring balance, justice, and rejuvenation to the being. So with that being said, not only does it clear off and cut these attachment cords, but that energy also brings rejuvenation and rebalancing to our biological and multidimensional being. And just as I said earlier, justice from the cosmic standpoint, not a limited human perspective. Justice is going to be an experience or an energy that brings back balance or brings another force to balance. Justice is about returning back to balance. So as we close out here and leave off on this episode of Light Body Awareness 101, Energy Cords, I'm going to give you guys a practice or a strategy that you may use in your everyday life space. And it's completely up to you. You take it or leave it if you would like to experience it and try it on your own. But this involves journaling. So you'll need a piece of paper, a journal, maybe even your phone or a laptop, whatever you like. And then it's also going to involve utilizing a little bit of sound healing. So, playing a frequency, playing a meditation in the background, whatever it is that you may like to use. And then also a beautiful sacred space for yourself where you can find some focus and some clarity. And then if you want to use some crystals, you can use some crystals as well. There's a wide range of crystals that you could use for something like this. You can use the black stones to help absorb negative energy and blocks, to also help bring protective energy to your field and groundedness. Or you can use something like an amethyst, which helps with transmutation and divine wisdom and consciousness. And you can use rose quartz, which is going to bring pure unconditional love into your space. And there's much more. So then with that, go ahead and get your sacred space together and do whatever it is that you'd like to do in your practices of creating your space. Then when you have your space, go ahead and take your journal. And then with your journal, reflect and write down anything that you feel that you have a strong attachment to. Anything that you cannot get your mind off of, anything that you emotionally feel triggered by, or you feel like you're somewhat controlled by emotionally. And then physically, if there's any impulses or any jittery feelings of your physical being, that creates a dependency-like feel. And this could also do with, addiction as well. So as you write these out in your journal, just allow yourself to open-mindedly explore and observe what it is that you're writing. Try not to judge yourself and just write it down for what it is. And as you reflect on this, I would like for you to then write down or write out, by the example, what goal you have or what it is that you would like to see moving forward of this attachment or this energy cord that you are journaling out. What is it that you would like to accomplish by addressing it? Or where would you like to see yourself progress with or progress to when it comes to this attachment or energy cord? And then along with that, one more step with the journaling. Write down or reflect in your mind on what is one thing that you can do now? What is one thing that you can do in your space with the knowledge, the tools that you have to start letting go, to start clearing, and to start bringing back focus of your energy from this energetic cord. Take as long as you need when you do this practice. There's no rush. Allow yourself to really process and feel what you need to, and just let it come through you naturally. And you don't have to do this right now. This is just an example of a practice you can use moving forward in any time. So then after that, now there's many options on what you could do from here, but for this example, you can then take that journaling and that reflection space and then go on your phone or whatever it is you'd like to use, and you can go on YouTube or anywhere else, and then you can go ahead and type in an Archangel Michael cord clearing meditation. You'll find many different options. Go ahead and find whichever Archangel Michael cord clearing meditation you'd like to use. And then just go ahead and take in the intention and the energy of the journaling. and then move into a meditation space with Archangel Michael meditation. And then allow yourself to surrender and be fully present with the meditation, and see how you feel afterwards. See what type of results you have. Maybe even journal down how you feel after and the type of clarity and thoughts that you have surrounding what it is that you journaled out. Oftentimes, I have found that I'm in a completely different mindset. I'm in a different vibration of myself, and I don't feel as attached to what it is that I was journaling or reflecting on whenever I do this practice. So it's a very beautiful, very simple practice that you can use in your everyday life, and you can share it with, your children, your family members, your friends, community, and anybody else that you find benefit of this type of practice. And then afterwards, I like to uplift myself after a practice like that. So, I usually like to eat good, maybe even treat myself, listen to some music, dance, celebrate my life, and just allow myself to feel uplifted for what it is that I did, and the beautiful courage that it took for me with this being to take action and face the things that are creating struggles and resistance in my life. And just don't forget to do that for yourself, every so often. Celebrate yourself, enjoy yourself, and give yourself some kudos along the way for what it is that you transmute and what you go through. Because it does take courage and it takes will. Thank you guys for being who you are, being such beautiful lights, and coming into these valleys of shadows to help each other and remember who we are together. So last thing I want to touch on as we close out is our energy cords are also created from our chakras or our energy centers. So depending upon what type of vibration or what type of concept or way that we are attached to something, or where we are focusing our energy from, then that is where the cord develops from, is that chakra. So for example, if we have a partner and we are basing our worth and our validation and our confidence off of our partner, then that attachment cord is going to be from the solar plexus chakra. Because the solar plexus chakra is the chakra of self-confidence, self-esteem, worthiness, action, willpower. So when we create that attachment from our solar plexus to the other person or our partner, then what happens is we begin to siphon their solar plexus energy that they're authentically working on in their own responsibility, in their own space, through their own action and vital energy. We begin to naturally siphon from that person's solar plexus with all that they're doing for their own self to be their best, unconsciously. And it can create patterns of, I need you to validate me, I need you to make me feel worthy, I need you to make me feel like I have confidence in myself. And it just becomes a constant pattern until that cord gets addressed and cut from the solar plexus. Another example, root chakra. If someone is completely unstable, never able to have peace, feels scattered all the time, feels scarce, and then they're in a relation with somebody and they are basically banking on that other individual to be their peace, to be their stability, to be their reason why they can feel safe in the world. Then what happens is you then create an attachment cord from your root chakra to that person's root chakra. And then you start to naturally siphon unconsciously their root chakra energy that they're consciously working on to be able to receive stability, to be able to receive the abundant connection flow and things of that nature. Now this sounds like it would be like positive in a way, but what happens then is as we start to unconsciously drain and take from the other being, this creates a codependency. And then along with that, you're also draining away the energies that they're working hard on, putting their responsible energy into as a individual sovereign being. And then when that happens, they could have no clue why, or they can unconsciously just be leaking the energy that they are working hard on to maintain and harness and cultivate without even knowing why. And it could just be leaking out to you or to that other person. And then that other person will reap off of it and basically become what you call like an energy vampire. And then you're just leaking this energy that you're working on while the other person's reaping from it. And then if you're on the other side, if you're the one that's receiving the codependency from the other person, then you can start becoming sick. You can become ill, drained, and become very tired and exhausted without even knowing why. So these are just some examples of how these energy cords can relate to the specific chakras. And it really depends on where the intention is and where the focus of what the attachment is stemming from. And if you know anything about what the chakras are and their individual nature, then you're able to put two to two together and see where you can address a specific chakra to clear out a specific cord if you want to go that direction. All right. Codependency. That comment. When I pull out cords, it's usually attached to a place I feel pain on the body. And I pinch that area and imagine a cord. And I keep pulling out the cord until I hear or feel a pop that is open. I like that. That's really beautiful. Thank you for sharing that in the comments on Instagram. Epic Dan. Thank you. I'll read that again for everybody. So he said, when I pull out cords, it's usually attached to a place I feel pain on the body, and I pinch that area and imagine a cord, and I keep pulling out the cord until I hear or feel a pop that is open. So that's also another, I guess we can call intuitive, psychic, or metaphysical way that you can consciously connect to the cords that you have and also release them. So thank you for sharing that, Epic Dan on Instagram. And cord clearing ceremonies is something that you can receive through myself as well. And you can receive it through many different ways, whether it's a custom guided meditation or if it's a cord clearing Reiki ceremony or a light language ceremony. There's many different ways I can do cord clearings for you as well. So just reach out if you're ever interested. And you guys can always book my services at sacredlight33.as.me. Alright everybody, this was a lovely live, and it was very beautiful to share the space with all of you. This does it for Light Body Awareness 101 and our next episode of Energy Cords. As we continue this series of exploring the multidimensional layers and bodies of the human being in relation to the light body, we will be touching on grounding. We will be touching on the metaphysics of grounding, and I'll be doing a visual whiteboard demonstration for you again of what grounding looks like on a metaphysical level and how it manifests into our human life in the material realm. What it looks like to have a healthy grounding cord, and what can happen and what it looks like when we are ungrounded. So you guys can watch this in full on the replay on the YouTube channel, Sacred Light Healing and Wellness, or you can watch this in 2 parts on Instagram on Sacred Light 33. I would definitely recommend on YouTube, as it's just 1 part, full stream, full, and you get to, do everything that you get to do on YouTube instead of Instagram. Thank you to all of you that have supported me. Appreciate the love. And just a reminder that coming up tomorrow, live here on Instagram and YouTube, I will be live for the 2nd episode of Ascending Beyond Limits, or Ascending Beyond Limitation. And that is with Soul Awakening with Sandra.
Didn't know, through the concrete, you see the roads, eyes ain't open, no mean I. You know we be with it, we off in the hood like some wizards. Nobody ever gave us anything, missed something from nothing, just like magicians. Gotta relearn everything, just to remember that I was forgetting, just to remember that we had a vision. Did it all, don't know how I did it. Time to go start season to go, and you know those crystal truths. Let them know we in here, yeah, we in the building. Start season to go, and you know those crystal children. Back up in the matrix, yeah, we on the vision. Start season to go, and you know those crystal children. Let them know we in here, yeah, we in the building. Start season to go, and you know those crystal children. Back up in the matrix, yeah, we on the mission. Off on the mission, you know how it goes. Off in the system, they turn up their nose. They took all the soil, but they didn't know. Through the concrete, you see the roads. Eyes ain't open, don't mean I ain't woke. Ain't got no cash, don't mean that I'm broke.
So I'll be coming up tomorrow, Wednesday, at 1 p.m. Eastern, live on Instagram and YouTube. We'll be going over the raw material, Law of One. Tap in. Then coming up Sunday. Coming up
Why
Sunday,
do
we
90%
have
of wellness enthusiasts swear by chakra
a
balancing?
chakra empowerment
It's all
flow
about
shop.
realigning your inner energy. Join Marcus Crystolite for an enriching solar plexus chakra empowerment flow shop. This June 9th at precisely 11 p.m. EST, dive deep into the world of chakra healing, right from the comfort of your home. What's the solar plexus chakra, you ask? It's your energy center located around your stomach area, crucial for confidence and personal power. Are you feeling blocked or unbalanced? Marcus will guide you through identifying these blocks and teach you how to achieve harmony using crystals, specific foods, and even the power of journaling. Plus, you'll experience a spiritually uplifting guided meditation. Whether you're a seasoned wellness enthusiast or just starting your journey, this donation-based sacred space on Zoom is your gateway to transformation. Sign up today at sacredlight33.as.me and feel free to DM us with any questions. Empower your core, balance your life. See you there.
There it is, kings and queens. Those are the upcoming events rest of this week. I'll also be in Lexington, Kentucky on Thursday for a new moon sound bath healing journey. And you guys can just reach out if you'd like to be there. Yeah, man. Thank you guys all just for being you and sharing this space and life with me. I want to wish you guys nothing but the best, most balanced, and the wholeness of your life. And I love you all. Have a blessed, blessed day. Wholeness and balanced love.